Okay, in this video, I would like to give you some guidelines for your final presentations. So your final presentation will be held on June 22nd. So I extend 1 week because some of your classmates say final exam is during the June 15th. So I decide to extend 1 week later to give you more time to prepare the final presentation. And please use slides and present it in English. And please upload your slide before 3 p.m. June 22nd using the following links. So very similar to your first presentations. And put your presentation order, student ID, and name. And the presentation order will determine by some random numbers. So I will let you know what's your presentation orders. And there's a 5-minute presentation, so very similar to the first presentation. And my suggestion is 1 to 5 slides. And to control time, people cannot ask questions during your presentation. So these 5 minutes is all for you. And after you present your presentations, audience can start to ask questions. So we will have 2 minutes Q&A. Okay. So you can receive some feedback from your classmates or me. So the content, you can consider this is the second research progress presentation. So the possible structure of your slide could be the following. So you will use the first page to remind your readers what's your research questions, what kind of causal relationship you want to discuss, and why this question is interesting, the background of the questions. And then you can update your data set. Maybe you decide to use another data set or using other empirical strategies. But at this moment, you need to write down to confirm your data set and also write down the estimate equations. So for example, if you use difference in difference, you need to write down the equation, define which is your treatment group, which is your control group, what is the before and after the treatment, the period you need to define, and what's the key coefficient you want to estimate. And if you use synthetic control method, maybe you need to let readers know, your audience know, how you construct your synthetic units and what kind of covariates you want to match. Or you use propensity matching, you need to discuss what's your variable covariates you try to match and what's your outcome variable. So you need to specify all the details and define the variable in your estimate equations. And then you can present some preliminary results and interpret your estimate. But maybe some people cannot get the result. You can also present your summary statistics of your estimate sample. But I believe many of you actually have very good progress, so I think you should be able to present some results. For example, difference estimates or synthetic control estimates. Show some graph to demonstrate your results, and also show some tables to indicate what's your finding and how to interpret your finding. And finally, you can discuss what you will do before you submit your term papers. So during that period, what kind job, what kind of work you want to add. For example, maybe you will want to do more robustness check or more examination by subgroup. For example, you might want to divide your sample to the high income, low income people or different industry, something like this. That's some potential future work you may do after your presentation. Okay, so that's all for the guidelines for the final presentation. Thank you.